Hey guys, I hope all is well. Thank you for joining me for this Truth Talk episode. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about Bad Bunny's new music video. Let's get right into it. In the last few years, we have been seeing darker and darker imagery coming from the music industry. It all started ramping up around 2020 when the world forever changed. While the world got colder and darker, so did the music industry, as we saw artists embody the occult like never before. In 2021, we saw artists like Lil Nas X release the Montero video that showed him dancing in hell for the devil, a video that alarmed all who saw it. Then in 2021, we saw Shenseea literally dragging a man down to the pits of hell in her music video for Run Run, showing her embracing darkness. We also saw Charlie's XCX Beg For You video in 2022 that showed her literally doing a blood ritual with a person dressed as Baphomet. In 2023, the imagery was ramped up by people like Doja Cat with her Demons and Paint the Town Red video, or even more recently with Meg's new music video for Cobra. So many artists are displaying this imagery, but one artist that took this imagery to new heights was Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny is one of the biggest artists in the world right now. In the Latin world, he is no doubt the biggest, having one of the largest fan base ever seen in the music industry. His music has been outstreaming even the biggest hip-hop artists like Drake and Kanye. It's also been said that Bad Bunny somehow has the best record deal in the music industry, as it was reported that he had an unheard of 90-10 split. This means he keeps 90% of his publishing, while the label only gets 10%. If you saw my record label video, then you know this is truly astonishing. Most traditional record companies would take up to 90% of an artist's publishing, leaving the artist with only 10%. Bad Bunny somehow changed this fate for himself. Very few artists make it to the level Bad Bunny has made it to. He has numbers like Taylor Swift, but in the Latin world. So it's not at all surprising that we can find Bad Bunny incorporating so much occult imagery into his music career. Bad Bunny is a clear as day example of an industry plant. Even though he is talented, his massive career was given to him since it all started. Bad Bunny was discovered back in 2016 off of SoundCloud after a popular Latin DJ heard his song D-List. Bad Bunny was working at a grocery store at the time and had zero fan base. Just a few short months later, he was a Latin trap megastar. Not long after he got signed, he was already collaborating with some of the biggest artists in the industry at the time, like Drake and Cardi B. Literally, it's the perfect example of overnight success, with zero build-up. Not long after he signed is when the occult imagery started to show. He would be seen wearing a devil mask in one music video, and also showing off the same Masonic symbolism we see other artists display once to become famous. But in 2020, Bad Bunny took this imagery to new heights. Just days after all the chaos started to happen in the world, the music video Yo Perreo Solo showed Bad Bunny taking the occult imagery to new heights. I have covered this music video in the past in this video, so I won't get too deep into it here. But in this video, they show Bad Bunny chained to a woman that appears to dress as a demon. In this scene, Bad Bunny represents himself as Baphomet, something he did on many occasions. In this photo shoot for Allure, Bad Bunny was pictured in between two burning chairs while wearing a black top and a leather skirt and hooves on his feet. Many people saw this and realized the resemblance to Baphomet almost immediately. Baphomet is often pictured wearing a skirt with hooves as feet and also showing two children on either side of him. Bad Bunny has the hoof feet, the skirt, and replaced the children with the two burning chairs. I looked up the article published by Allure for this photo shoot, and they state that they chose Bad Bunny due to his gender-bending style. If you know anything about Baphomet, he represents just that, a beast that's half man and half woman. It is why Baphomet has both male and female attributes. It is also the reason so many artists in the industry nowadays are embracing this gender-bending persona, as this is what the labels want promoted. They're using Bad Bunny to push this Baphomet ideology to the masses. Further proof this is what Bad Bunny is being used for can be found in the Yo Perreo Solo music video, as he can be seen dressed up as a woman. This was the beginning of Bad Bunny pushing the Lil Nas X agenda they have all the rappers pushing nowadays. He also kissed one of his male backup dancers during a performance that was broadcasted to many people, including children. Bad Bunny was made by the record labels for the sole purpose of pushing this Baphomet genderless agenda we have been seeing America obsessed with lately. His latest music video, Baticano, shows us exactly that. Just like the other videos we checked out today, this music video is full of occult imagery from beginning to end. The lyrics of the song speak for itself, as it shows us that Bad Bunny is nothing more than an industry puppet. The music video starts with a witch circulating the moon, This is self-explanatory. We know moon imagery is heavily associated with the occult, and witches are themselves occultists. This is how they started their music video, signaling this video would be heavily themed in occult ideologies. It's also important to note that Bad Bunny dropped this music video on October 31st, occultist's most important day of the year. If you saw my video on the dark hidden origins of Halloween, then you should know the truth about the holiday. Halloween is truly a pagan festival called Samhain, celebrated by the Celtics. This day has been adopted by occultists as it was a day to celebrate the pagan god of death through rituals and sacrifice. This tradition was repackaged as Halloween, and occultists use it to this day to perform rituals and sacrifices. This is the reason every year during October, a celebrity passes away in mysterious circumstances. This year it was Matthew Perry. Last year it was Takeoff. The music video depicted this imagery early to show what this music video would be all about. The next scene shows Bad Bunny being created in a lab like if he were Frankenstein. This ties back to the fact that Bad Bunny was planted in the industry. He was created by the labels. His image, persona, and style were made by men in suits sitting in the label office. He is simply a creation of the labels, made with the purpose of pushing this genderless Baphomet agenda globally. After Bad Bunny is shown rising to life, he can be seen dressed as Count Orlok from the classic horror silent movie Nosferatu. This movie is heavily themed in occult ideologies, as even one of the creators, Albin Gurat, was a devout occultist who was responsible for the film's themes, sets, costumes, and promotional material. Albin was a lifetime student of occult magic himself, being a part of the secret magic order called Fratinis Santorini, which is German for the Brotherhood of Saturn. This secret society, similar to the Masons, had a degree system with a 33rd degree being the highest degree. This cult, unlike the Masons, openly admits to Saturn worship, as the Masons try to hide it. Albin was also initiated into the OTO, which connects him to no other than Aleister Crowley. The Nosferatu movie was created with a secret occult meaning behind it, as there was scenes like this one where they show this letter that could only be understood by those who practice occultism. This letter was written in an alchemic code, leaving a secret message only for devout occultists. Albin to this day is associated with the world of the occult, as just in 2015, his grave was broken into and they stole his skull for a ritual. It was reported that it seemed to be for a ritual, as candles were found near the body. This Smithsonian article openly admits this was an occult ritual. Now, the fact that Bad Bunny is referring to this movie is not just a reference to a horror movie on Halloween, but due directly to its occult meaning. Count Orlok in the movie brings death and disorder to those of the small German town of Wisborg. He represents death and sin, exactly what Bad Bunny is representing in this music video, and is the reason he displays the Reaper in this scene. Bad Bunny's ideology would bring spiritual death to those that listen. This is what Bad Bunny is showing. Throughout the music video, they repeatedly show this death imagery with skulls and reapers. They even show death worship, as they show a cult with skulls as heads following behind Bad Bunny. Many in the world of the occult worship death in the spirit it embodies. Another scene that is based on a classic movie is this one, which was inspired by the movie called The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, which is about a man who was under a trance being manipulated to do evil. Again, pointing to the fact that Bad Bunny is a plant created by the industry to push the agenda. Bad Bunny has no control over what he does. He does what he is told, just like in the movie. This scene also points to the Masonic checkerboard floor with the black and white pattern. In another scene that once again confirms Bad Bunny is a puppet, they show him literally depicted as a puppet. We can see a puppet being shown dangled on strings that points back to the opening scene of Bad Bunny not being in control. The video also has another scene where they throw shade at those who follow God, presenting God's followers as the problem, just as is shown in many Hollywood movies. They show a priest arguing with his wife in front of a picture of a false representation of Christ. This scene is implying that those who are religious are hypocritical because they don't practice what they preach. Hollywood loves to present those who worship Christ as judgmental people who are the true problems in the world. This is how Hollywood and the music industry paint a dark stigma around the worship of God. They represent God worshippers as undesirable people who ruin all the fun. There's another scene where Bad Bunny appears to be in a cemetery, which again points to death. During this scene, we see multiple eyes pop up all over the screen. We know this is a reference to the Masonic all-seeing eye. Bad Bunny has played around with this one-eye symbolism his entire career, covering one of his eyes or even placing a third eye on his head. This music video is all about the occult, and it clearly shows Bad Bunny is a Masonic puppet who took the oath to have the world. He is not in control of his actions, but his actions control the masses. The imagery in this music video is as disturbing as the lyrics found in the song. In the song, Bad Bunny talks about how he was in hell and he met a devil. He also raps about how he is buying souls. In the first verse of the song, Bad Bunny sings, "Call your mom to ask for her blessings. Hey, I was in hell when I found a devil. She was selling the soul and I bought it right away." Bad Bunny is openly letting the world know who he is serving and what he is doing. He is collecting souls for Lucifer, guiding a generation to a burning end. What I am doing today is not judging Bad Bunny, as I am not here to judge him. Nothing that I have said in this video is to judge Bad Bunny. That could only be done by God himself. What I did was present the truth about Bad Bunny. I exposed the evil so people know the truth about his influence. In the Bible, we are told not to participate in the evils of this world, but to expose them. This is simply what I am doing, exposing his evil. Bad Bunny is a Masonic puppet who was built up to unseen heights, all to be able to push the genderless Baphomet agenda. We must remember not to allow these puppets to guide us away from God, like they have chosen to do. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.